What's going on, everyone? Today we are exploring one of the best hikes in Utah's Mighty Five National Parks. We're heading to Moab and we're going to be doing the Fiery Furnace hike inside of Arches National Park. This is a hike I've wanted to do for years, but we've never been able to get permits or have had the time to do this hike, and actually a lot of you have recommended it, so we were super happy to finally get a chance to do this hike recently, where Bree and I spent a week in Moab and we were hiking all sorts of trails that we've never heard of, never seen before, and then we were able to spend a day doing this trail. It was an awesome trip where we explored other places like the Grand Staff Trail, Uranium Arch, and Colonnade Arch, so you can check out some of our other videos from that. But let's jump in and share the Fiery Furnace with you guys. All right, good morning, everyone. We are here in Moab. Bree is skipping along because she's freezing cold right now. It is very cold. It is the end of January. We spent the last few days here in Moab. We have a few more days here, and today we are going to hike the Fiery Furnace. It is supposedly one of the best hikes in Arches National Park. It's probably the only hike we haven't done in Arches National Park, because we've been to Moab plenty of times. So we're super excited. We got a permit like a week ago on rec.gov. Yesterday, we went to go pick up our permit. This is something to note if you're doing this. Visitor Center closes at 4:30. We got there at 4, and we couldn't get our permit because you have to watch an instructional video and do a few other things, so you have to get there 1 hour before they close to get your permit. But it's okay because they can do same day pickup. They open at 9, so we're gonna head there, get our permit, watch the instructional video and everything else, and then head into the park. It's a short hike. It's only 2.1 miles, but it seems kind of like this maze where you just get to explore a bunch of different things, so should be an awesome hike. We're super excited to finally get the chance to do it. So we are back at Arches Visitor Center. It's just after 9 o'clock. We tried to get our permit last night, like I mentioned, but we couldn't, so now we are about to head in. This is our permit. We have to have this on our body at all times while hiking, and then this one has to be displayed in the car. We are at the trailhead from the visitor center. I think it was like 25 minutes. First one's here. Should have it probably to ourselves because it's a one-way route, even with all the passages and kind of maze little offshoots that you're going to explore. They said that they only had 10 to 15 permits today, which is awesome. And tomorrow, Saturday, they have like 70 permits. So if you're here for a weekday, better option if you want to avoid some of the crowds. But we're packing up. Trail is 2.1 miles with a few hundred feet of gain, but probably going to do more mileage than that with all of the exploring. So we'll keep you guys posted. So do you guys see this arrow? There's 24 of those. So it's a counterclockwise route, and you have to stay in the wash, and you have to stay pretty much rocks or the wash at the bottom. You can't go on any sand dunes, any of the biological crust. Obviously, all leave no trace principles apply on top of all of that stuff. Starting to explore. Like we've already mentioned, it's super important to download offline maps for this trail because part of the lure of this hike is that people are going to explore the offshoots and side slot canyons, and to be honest, the route finding is very difficult even if you don't explore the offshoots. So just for navigating reasons, it is super helpful to have this, and if you are going to download the All Trails offline map, you can see some little camera emojis on the map for destinations along the trail that you should check out, and some of these include Skull Arch, the Pit of Possible Return, Kissing Turtle Arch, and Surprise Arch. So make sure to keep an eye out for those spots as you hike this trail. Absolutely need offline maps downloaded, and even still, you're gonna get lost, which is part of the fun in this hike because we're not on trail. We're in a little offshoot exploring and then try to find our way back to trail and just trace our steps. We'll see.
This is so cool. We're the only ones out here too. Like, there's just kind of like a little adventure. It'll be like, oh, it's down this little slot, or what's around this corner. And it's not like you're going off trail because you're allowed to do that. That's the whole point of it. So very unique hike. Love it. This is something called a pothole, which is in areas like this. We kind of just learned about this in our orientation, and little shrimp live in there and tadpoles, and very unique. I don't know, I didn't know about those.
So we have been exploring. I feel like we barely made a dent in the trail, and we've explored so many cool and unique passages. And now up here, Skull Rock. So there's a bunch of really cool destinations aside from just adventuring off and exploring. That's a really cool arch. Obviously, not gonna be able to get close to that because that's a lot of climbing. Right here, it's hard to see the arch, but this is Kissing Turtle Arch. This has been such a unique hike so far. It's like kind of technical. There's definitely some parts where you're using your hands and your feet and moving around. Definitely the coolest hike, probably in arches, I would say. Delicate Arch is iconic, obviously, but definitely the most unique and fun. This is the last notable spot on all trails when you're following the counterclockwise route. This is called Surprise Arch. There's so many arches in here that I've never seen photos of, never heard of. So it's really cool because obviously all the main arches in the park are very busy. This is unreal.
This hike is so cool. Like I said earlier, it's so just remote and out here, even though it's in one of the busiest national parks in the country. I'm not sure how it works to land a permit in the summertime, so I recommend coming in the off season. And yeah, bring some layers. The shadows are chilly in there, and just have fun, explore, and leave no trace. All
right, that is a wrap on the Fiery Furnace. Epic hike. Definitely try to get a permit and do this one if you can. If you don't have a permit to come here, there is an overlook that anyone can go to. It's very cool to see the Fiery Furnace from a distance, but you can't get up in them. You do need a permit for that, but that's a cool alternative. And if you're not already, subscribe to the channel. We have got hundreds of videos on Utah, top 10s, travel guides, working on a few videos from this trip, so check those out. We'll see you later.